Alright, welcome to another commentary. This is the game by CCE against ATE on the Indian server in the Monsoon tournament. So I chose this game because CCE is a very strong team. I usually commentate only on games that are high in quality, high in gameplay quality. So I don't really commentate on games that are played by lower ranked players because there's too many mistakes to commentate on. So I like to check out on games that are played by people of the high level. So this game is gonna be really exciting, I think, because if I remember correctly, it was actually pretty close. Now I still remember the picks. So this is actually not in real time, of course. This is me a post recording, and I still remember the game roughly. So I have a bit of hindsight in what actually happens. If you guys don't know CC, this Vaporeon Umbreon team, I think it's called Team eevee. They are one of the strongest team in this Monsoon tournament. Well, you can make a point that they are the strongest team currently in this tournament. So you can expect very high quality gameplay coming from them. Well, actually, there's a bit of there's flaws. There's quite a few mistakes they made in this game as well. So there's some things that you have to watch out for as well. So there's a lot of areas to improve on, even when you are a very high ranked gamer. Okay, so Vaporeon, which is used to be called Riploff, is one of the best support in this server. And Alice is actually one of his trademark heroes. So far Caffeine has not been taken. I guess that's fine because they already picked Lavelle, so they're not going to pick Caffeine again. But if the blue team does not choose Caffeine here, then they might ban out Caffeine. So if I were the blue team right now and I were the third person here, I'll be picking the Caffeine. So if memory serves me correctly, they actually picked Ibanez, which is quite bad for me because that would mean that red team actually has a chance to ban Caffeine. And in my opinion, Caffeine is the only marksman that can compete with Lavelle. Well, Caffeine and Hayate. But Hayate has flaws because his early game is quite weak. Caffeine is kind of all-rounded. Hayate can be stronger than Caffeine and Lavelle in the late game, but that's only in the late game. In the early game, he's actually really weak against most traditional marksmen. So yeah, Ibanez came out. Now there's a very major problem with this comp over here is that they lack magic damage. Right, I guess we will speed this up because I already know what's gonna happen. It's kind of like boring waiting for them to select their heroes. So we'll just jump ahead a little bit. Because I don't want to keep waiting for them to select their heroes. Alright, we'll pause it here. So yeah, they pick Slims and Voka on the red side, and that's a very big problem because they don't have any AP damage. So the CCE team just have to build a lot of armor, stack a lot of armor, and they don't have to worry about magic defense at all. For the CCE side, they also don't have a mage. However, they have a bit of AP damage because Alice skills is obviously all AP damage. Killgrowth has a bit of AP damage in his second skill, where it activates his second skill, and Cricknet actually inflicts a mark which causes magic damage equal to the percentage of the enemy's health. So that's quite a small bit of magic damage from CC side, although they don't have a mage. So overall, I will give the better composition to CC. And most of these players are, I think all of them are conquerors, and most of them are rank 10 and below, if I'm not wrong. I know these three guys might be rank 10 and below. Vaporeon is also a conqueror. Pharaoh and Vaporeon I think is also conquerors, but not above rank 10, not below rank 10, but still very high ranked in the server. And Voka here is a server best, so in fact he made a lot of flashy plays during this game. So it's kind of exciting because Voka is not exactly he's not a difficult hero, but he's not an easy hero either. So we obviously have a mid lane, which is a very usual strategy. Cause Malok is actually pretty bad in the DS lane. Most people in this server played Malok in the DS lane, which I'm not really a fan of. He gets destroyed by a lot of heroes in lane. You want Malok to be a mid lane because he can have the shortest reach onto every point in the map. And what Malok does well is not winning in lane, but rather fighting against the enemy. He's very good at invading, so placing in the mid lane is very good. Right, we already have Voka clearing his side of the jungle. I'm getting a lot of lag for some reason. Okay, there's a lot of lag coming out. I'm not sure why. I guess I have to drop the quality then. Okay, there's still a lot of lag. Not sure if it's exactly. I'm not sure if the problem is with the resolution. Okay, so the red team are rotating in a 3M team, and now Voka pops his ultimate, and he looks like he's able to get the Alice under the tower. Very well played by the Voka. So Alice has overextended a little bit because at the start, Alice don't really build armor, right? She goes for the boots first. The first tier support item, then she goes for the boots. So she won't have enough armor. And Alice has not a lot of inbuilt armor compared to the other traditional tank supports. So right now we have the Crick Neck trading against the Voka. And they managed to snag the bird, so that will give them vision on the enemy's jungle. Actually, you know what? The Lavelle can be playing more aggressively. He's playing very safe. I actually played a few games against Umbreon, and his main problem is that he plays way too safe. And sometimes you want to be aggressive. You want to sort of push your advantage in lane, especially when it's against Slim. So Lavelle is a super broken character, while Slim is a third-rate character, right? So you want to push your advantage against him. And now they are missing a few minion waves for the dragon, which is not really ideal. And here they managed to secure the dragon. The red team tries to snag it, but the Crick Net was not there. And here very good ultimate by the Malok, managed to get a lot of people in range of his ultimate. And the Crick Net managed to run away, did not do much there. His engage was pretty subpar. So right now it's a 3-1, but if you take a look at the goal count, you can see that they are pretty even because the Crick Neck is farming way better than the enemy's jungler. The thing about Voka is that he clears his jungle quite slowly. He's very good in team fights when he has his ultimate, but he clears his jungle much slower compared to Crick Neck. Crick Neck is has one of the fastest jungle clear in the game. Right, so they are not really invading each other, they are just playing very safely. Crick Neck is coming for a gank onto a Yaberneth. And Yaberneth counter attacks by using his ultimate. And here he actually managed to get away with his Empower S1. And here the Crick Neck just gets too greedy and dives in under the tower. Very good slow by the Yaberneth. And yeah, just you don't want to be ganking Yaberneth, right, as a Crick Neck. You want to be ganking on Slims. So that's a very bad play by Muriam, to be honest. Because you want to gank the Abyssal lane more. The Abyssal lane tower actually has no damage reduction in the first 5 minutes, whereas the other two towers have damage reduction. It's a 60% damage reduction, so definitely not a small amount. Here the Voka actually make a mistake. He starts a dragon when his blue buff is up, so he did not time his blue buff properly, and he's going to get invaded by the Crick Neck. So it's very damaging for Voka, where you will lose your blue buff, because you really need the cooldown on your ultimate. Trading a dragon for a blue buff is definitely not worth it. The Abyssal Dragon is not very important in this version. Compared to previous version, the Abyssal Dragon is way less important. You only usually take the dragon when there's no other objectives on the map to take, and all of your teammates are there. So it's sort of like a normal camp, I would say. It's not really like important objective. The enriched dragon will be a different story because it actually gives you stats. You get a bit of stats for killing the dragon, but it's not a lot. Okay, so here 3 men are trying to take down this tower, so obviously the level won't be able to defend against it. Very good of him to let the tower be destroyed. If he goes and try to defend it, he'll be a dead level. And here, very good stun by the Slims. And yeah, the Alice is just called out by the Dane. Very good initiation by the Dane, and very good follow up by the Slims. So if you look at the goal count right now, it's okay, very good engaged by Melloc. Managed to get a lot of people in his ultimate. The Crane Knight tries to use the Arctic Orb to dodge the damage, but it was not enough. It was not long enough. The thing about the red team is that their early game is super strong because they are super tanky. However, when the high tail actually gets some items and start dealing through damage to them, then it's going to be really damaging and they will start losing out in team fights. So if you take a look at the kills and the goal count, it's very contradictory, right? Because it's 7-2, you expect blue team to have a lot more goal, but instead they are losing out in goal, and the goal differential is 1k against them. So even though they got more kills, they're actually losing out in terms of goal. The level is farming quite nicely, to be honest. The Voka is at 5k gold, but the level is at 5.4 right now. You definitely don't want the level to scale up because he level one of the fastest scaling hero. So level will be super strong in the late game. I would say that level, although level is weaker than Caphany in the mid game and the early game, he's actually very strong in the late game. Caphany scales very well as well, but not as good as level in my opinion. I can take a look at their goal. It's rarely there's a point where red team actually exceeds. Sorry, when the blue team actually exceeds the red team in terms of goal, but they turn the situation around very quickly. Even though it's 7-2 right now, they are losing it in terms of goal. They are behind. 3k goal behind. And here the Yabanev is called out by the Crickneck, but he's too tanky, so he managed to get away. The Crickneck could be more aggressive here, but I guess he want to play safe. And here he's trying to disengage. The main problem with the blue team is that they don't have a way to split push. Yabanev is super bad at split pushing, and all the red team has to do is not to team fight, it's just to split push. And that's exactly what they have been doing up until this point. They're split one of their the Kilroth is split pushing one side and the Haite is split pushing the other side. And right now the blue team is just not able to respond to that. Okay, very good ultimate by the level, managed to catch somebody. And a very good slow by the Alice as well. And here level is just going ham on the enemy. Very good disengage by the Yabanev. And very good follow up by the Melloc. But you see the health of the CCE is not really going down. It took a long while for their health to actually be lowered. Let's take a look at their items. So everybody is building armor and nobody is building a bit of magic defense. Well, Alice is building the Gilded Grease. Not really worth it in my opinion. Sonic Boots will be much better, because it will give you physical defense. Resistance just means that if the enemy stuns you for like 1 second, then with the Gilded Grease you can just get away after 0.6 seconds. Here the Melloc tries to zone everybody out, but it's a huge mistake because there isn't any minions coming in. And here the red team just counter attacks. And there's very little that the blue team can do at this point, because they are at a point where the Kilgroth, the Hayate, and everybody else already have quite a bit of armor pierce. The level also has already brought the Muramasa, so he's going to be dishing out a lot of damage. Here they are trying to defend their base, and the Vodka goes in very deep, but he's not able to use his ultimate before he gets killed. He gets bursted down by a quick neck. And here the Slims just goes in for some reason. The Slims jumps next to the quick neck and immediately got bursted down. I don't understand what the Slims is doing or what he's thinking. He jumps next to a quick neck without any vision, so it's a very bad play by the Slims. Because he's the carry, is the carry of the blue team. He's the only one that's going to do any significant damage in a team fight, and he just dies like that. Very bad, and make sure that he doesn't do it again. Needs to always be behind the support, cause there's a lot of bursts coming from the enemy. There's the burst by Hayate, burst by quick neck, and the Kilgroth can actually keep sticking to the Slim as well. Okay, so not much is happening here. I think he's trying to give vision. Managed to stun the Kilgroth, but nothing is happening. Okay, very good push by the Tin and forced the Kilgroth to use his ultimate. The Slim's spear actually hit the Kilgroth, but he was immune to CC. And here, very bad engage by the Melloc. He got nobody in his ultimate, and he got immediately melted by the enemy team. The pointless initiation by the Melloc actually cost the life of all his teammates. So a very bad move. And now there's a huge super minion wave coming in, and Vodka is not able to clear it, so it's GG. So their fight at the Dark Slayer was completely unwarranted, because right now they are 10k behind in gold, more than 10k in fact. And they just jump in haphazardly like that. Melloc can actually do that. Melloc does that very often at the start, but that is because they are strong early game. But when it comes to a late game, when everybody have their Muramasa and their rank breaker, then their team comp starts to be way less and less effective. So Vodka done about 34% damage, very good from the Vodka. And Slims did quite a bit of damage as well. The rest of the team just can't really do much. The Melloc did okay. Let's take a look at the stats. So Yebenev did quite okay, I guess. He's mainly there just to soak in all the damage. You can just ignore the Yebenev because he's very tanky, right? So he does not do a lot of damage as well. He's not exactly very good at defending the backline. He's very good at engaging, but not very good at defending. So you can just ignore him in a team fight. Vodka is very good in team fights, but he's very bad in jungle clear. So you can have much faster jungle clear with a quick neck, so you can abuse that and just farm up better than the Vodka. So Vodka is very strong after level 4, but he'll be super weak in the late game because he has much slower farming speed compared to somebody like quick neck. And yes, the Tin did okay as well. The Slims did okay as well. Again, it's just a problem with the team comp. There's a few bad initiations, but the main problem is the team comp. It need a source of magic damage, because nobody has to buy any magic defense on the red side. Even quick neck can actually build Shield of the Lost just to counter their heavy physical damage comp. So yeah, overall, even though the score is 12 to 14, they fell like 15k goal behind at the end. But this goes to show you that tower and objectives are much more important than kill counts. Alright, so with that, I'll end this commentary. Hope you learned quite a bit in this game. And yeah, see you in the next commentary.